few of the headlines involving bird scooters, injuries for people.
Do you want your child to be the next bird victim?
Hello, board directors. We're a concerned group of VCU students that have seen the effect of your bird scooters on our campus. My name is Clay.
My name is Brant.
I'm Brandy.
And I'm Carlitos. We're here to tell you about the necessary safety equipment and regulations you need to apply to all your bird scooters around the nation. And now we have a quick video to show you highlighting the dangers of riding your bird scooters.
Two people riding scooters in downtown Nashville are injured in a hit-and-run crash. The accident happened at Union Street and 5th Avenue North around 5:30 this evening. The women were riding bird motorized scooters. Both women were taken to the hospital and one had potentially life-threatening injuries. Nearby business employees checked security cameras in hopes of finding a vehicle description for police. One witness says the driver ran a red light before hitting the victims.
That's just, it's sad. It's just really sad, you know, that somebody would do that and not even think twice to stop and care about what they did. You know, it's sad, it's really sad.
The suspected vehicle's bumper remained on the scene after the accident. A spokesperson with Bird Scooters released a statement shortly after the crash. It reads, in part, our hearts.
As you can see, your company made a statement after these two women were hit by bird scooters, implying that safety is one of your top priorities of your business. And as you can see, it obviously is not, because if you provided the right safety equipment from the start, this situation probably wouldn't have been so drastic. I'm here to talk about some of the equipment that I think you guys need to start implementing for your bird scooters. First, obviously, is helmets. You guys have no source of providing helmets or any way of promoting safety on your scooters. Also, there's no sound on your scooters. They're electronic, so if you've ever seen them around town, you don't really hear them because they're electronic. If anything, you just hear them after they zip past you. Also, there's no light on these things. So when you're going through the town at night, they're already black, so there's no way anyone would see you on these things. Also, some sort of reflective stickers when car lights hit them. These are also all things that bikes are required to have in the city, so I don't really know why you guys haven't really implemented any of the equipment on your scooters. Also, they go up to 15 miles per hour, which is faster than you go legally in any parking lot in America. So maybe a speedometer, so your customers kind of have a gauge of how fast they're going down the sidewalk. Now, Carlitos is going to talk about a sponsorship with some safety equipment that you guys could take part in.
So Clay explained what you need, but how can we get those equipment? So basically, we have a company called Lumos, and they are known for making really good helmets with lights on them. We suggest if you start working with them, you'll get all the necessary equipment you need to make bird safer for the riders. Now we have Brandy with social media.
Now, picking up where Clay and Carlitos left off. Now, these equipment should be necessary to provide safety for the riders. And also to promote the safety, partnering with Lumos is an amazing idea. But also, in addition, you could promote safety by using social media apps like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or Facebook. Because I mean, teenagers are reckless. So if the company itself promotes these social media apps, it would be so much better. Now, we also did a petition involving other VCU concerned students, and they also agree that these safety equipments need to be implemented. Now, next is Carlitos with his personal story.
So Brandy touched on how you can affect all the teens around Richmond, but in reality, you affect people of all ages, like my uncle. So one day, I was with my uncle, and we were trying to figure out how bird scooters work. And he found out, but we didn't know, that it goes 15 miles per hour, as Clay said, and it doesn't make any noise. So he zoomed past me, and he was yelling at the people to get out the way. He was swerving and swerving right into a tree. And with a head injury and some broken bones, he had to stay in the hospital for 6 weeks. Now that's crazy, and that's my uncle. We need to make Bird safer for all riders.
Alright, so regulations that birds need to follow in order for them to be recognized by the federal government. Because currently birds is looked at by the federal government as like a lawnmower. Because they're motorized, they're not like bikes, because bikes aren't motorized. So they're looked at as lawnmowers. You also need a license in order to drive bird, which not everyone knows that, and bird doesn't really have a way to regulate that, so they need to work with cities in order to regulate that. They need to follow permits in the city, like the fact that they can't park on sidewalks, because that's public sidewalks, they can't be parked there. They need to have some sort of permit to park it somewhere with the city. They have to follow the safety that they have gone over. All of that they've said is regulations under the federal government that they have to follow, which right now they're currently not. So that's like headlights, brake lights, and reflectors. They go 15 miles an hour, which isn't like it's allowed, but it's more so it's like they need helmets for that. Going on the safety regulations for it, because it's going that fast. Now what they could do is like go the way or the route that Segway went and become like more regulated. Like they went through all of this because they went through their controversies as well. Then they followed all this, and now they're legal.
Now that you've heard what we have to say, we hope what we said has influenced you to actually do something about your company and its image.
Adjust your policies and provide safety for all bird riders.
Work with the partners that we suggested, like Lumos. Use social media to promote safety, and work with city officials to get the regulations followed.
Now, give your customers the safest ride of their lives.